Hey you guys, I have to make a video about body count because it's a new term I heard when I start listening to videos in the manosphere. And I've made videos about it. Some people have left comments about it. And I know there are women like me who have a high body count who are thinking, will any man ever want us? So I did a little research on it and Quora and Reddit, and it turns out that body count is something that some men are care about and some men don't care about. So let's just get that right out of the way. Now, what's interesting about body count is that it is a little bit sexist. However, first I want to say that anybody watching this has a right to their own preference. If you want a woman with a low body count, I'm honoring your wish and your request, and I hope you find that. In this video, I just want to explore the whole concept, though, and where it comes from and the double standard of it, because it is a double standard, right? That it's okay for men to go around fucking, but it isn't okay for women. That women are judged for it, and the reasons that women are usually judged for it has to do with cultural or religious expectations, usually, that women's value is based on their virginity and their purity. No other penis has been in there, that other men's penises make her dirty. The idea of other men's penises is dirty, or her vagina is dirty, or her value is lowered by her sexual experiences. And the second reason has to do with the insecurity of men, that some men are very insecure about their masculinity and their sexuality. And so they feel very threatened by a woman who has had more sexual partners, especially because she may have more experience, he might not measure up, she may always compare him to that other guy. And I think also jealousy on the parts of men who were struggling to get women for sex. They couldn't get it, so they're very jealous. And then also it could come from men who look down on women. They're the ones going around doing all the fucking. They want women to fuck them, but then they're going to judge those women as having a high body count. Okay, because every woman that has a high body count got it from being with a man. So I don't see, like, if you're going to look down on women for a high body count, then you also, if you are sincere in your belief, then you also ought to be going around telling men not to go around having casual sex. Otherwise, you're just a hypocrite, in my opinion. I think it's hypocritical to judge a woman for a high body count while you're high-fiving the guys who fucked her, or you're jealous of the guys who fucked her. So this is a little personal development stuff. Now, for me personally, I do have a high body count. I do. However, when it comes to me having friends, I have friends with a high body count, but what I don't like personally, and guys, just check in with yourself, is I don't like women who are frivolous with their sexuality, or men. I don't like women or men who are frivolous with their sexuality, who shack up or hook up when they're drunk, or bring men or women home like stray cats. I disrespect that. I don't want that in my life. So I think it's important to be very intentional with our energy and our sexual energy. Another thing about body count is that while there are women who go around just sleeping around and hooking up and just like wearing skanky clothing and getting drunk and just hooking up with guys, that's one thing. Okay, there's another way of getting a body count, which is that you've gone through serial relationships. And there's another way of going through body counts like me, where you just like do a lot of exploring when you're younger, and then you stop and you don't do that anymore. Or you do a lot of exploring after you're divorced because you were in a sexist marriage, and then you don't do that anymore. So it's very intentional. What else do I want to say about body count? um, I would say that if there's a woman who's going through a sexual exploration phase or who's having sex while she's drunk and all that, she is probably not good relationship material. However, I find it very interesting that we're going to judge a woman for having sexual experiences as if her sexual experiences devalue her while her book reading experiences and college experiences do not. I think that is a very negative double standard. At the same time, I think that women who go around hooking up have to be very aware of what they're getting out of it. I think that men or women having sex or any relationship with another person, I think we have to remember, like, why am I doing this? What is my intention here? And how am I leaving this other person? It does turn out from research that most women do not enjoy their casual hookups that much. And I'm going to say that they were not always that great. Now, those guys that are worried about a woman comparing you to the other guys she slept with, I would not worry about that at all, because I've fucked some really hot guys, but I would not want to date them. Why wouldn't I want to date them? Because they're fuckboys. They're not worthy of dating. So this is where guys get messed up. They don't understand. They're like, well, they have the idea that she'll fuck this alpha guy, but she'll settle for me, and I'm the beta guy she's just going to settle with. That is not how women think. That is not how women think. We don't give a shit about the six-pack abs. That's you guys caring about the six-pack abs. I'm going to make a separate video on that. The guy with the six-pack abs might be fun to fuck, but he's not a guy I want to keep around. He is not worthy of it. He's not good enough. He's all obsessed with his abs and going around fucking women. That's not a guy I want in my space. He might be good to fuck. Okay. For a woman, especially, and even guys can relate to this too. You might marry the girl, she wasn't the best lay you ever had, but you love her. And you like the sex with her because of how you feel about her. She wasn't the craziest or the wildest one in bed. She won't even do half the things. She may not even give you a blowjob, but you marry her because you love her. Women are the same way. I think about some of the guys I had really great sex with. I would not want to date them for various reasons. The sex was great. That doesn't mean that when I have sex with you, I wish I was with them instead. I don't want them. For a woman especially, the way that you treat us has a lot to do with how we feel about you. And how much we enjoy you sexually has to do with how we feel about you. I am also a big believer in that we judge and evaluate people for how they fit into our lives today, not for what they've done in the past. I don't get this whole thing about the high body count mattering. I really do think it comes from a negative belief about women's sexuality from culture or religion. It comes from insecurity and jealousy on the part of men. And also it comes from fear. Like, she's had this guy, I'll never measure up. She's had this guy, she's more likely to cheat on me. A distrust of women and fear. From what I read in the Quora comments, where women were, you're like writing in like, my boyfriend thinks I have a high body count, so he broke up with me. And so many men were saying like, good for you, you got rid of this guy. You deserve better. There's so many men. So this is the counter to the manosphere guys. You're allowed to have your preference. I'm not going to take that from you. You're allowed to have your preference for a low body count. However, I'm also speaking to women who have a high body count, perhaps. There are men who don't care about your body count. They care about who you are today and how you interact with them. The body count is irrelevant. Okay? The body count is irrelevant. I have a really high body count, and I feel like I would make an excellent girlfriend for someone. and probably an even better girlfriend, because I've seen what's out there and I haven't settled for anyone to date. And if I pick you, that's a big compliment. A woman who's had a lot of men and chooses you, that is a big compliment. And I think it's, at the same time, I'm very intentional with my sexual energy. I only have sex with clients. I don't hook up. I find that I don't like guys just using me for sex and leaving me. Like, that is not what I like. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and I am going to, I have a photo shoot today with this woman who does like very like natural type of photos. So I'm looking forward to that. And I hope you guys have a great day.